Hi, I'm Libby Gibson, Town Manager. Welcome to What's Going On in Town Government. Today, we are welcoming our audience to the debut, can I say?
Sure.
Of TV Nantucket Online. This will give you live events, activities, interviews with local people and other people, events, schedules, all kinds of awesome stuff. And you can go down to the bottom and pick on demand.
Yep.
For looking at current shows like, oh, I don't know, this one. You could watch it like a bunch of times too, but really once is enough, because the more you watch, the more you might say, she should wear her hair differently, or she should say it a different way.
Well, there's a chat feature there, so that if they want to, they can actually...
No need to chat.
All right.
No.
Okay.
Thanks, though, Gino. There is a chat. Okay. Let's not even go there. Right. Okay. Today, what is my show called again? What's Going On in Town Government.
Right.
We let our visitors and residents know generally what's going on, not tremendous detail. The Board of Selectmen meets every week in the summer, July and August only. They will meet every other week, 2 times only in July and August, and back to the regular weekly schedule in September. This week, we... oh, of course I pulled out the wrong agenda. We didn't have that long of a meeting this week. We talked about annual town meeting, how to make things better, various ways we could do that. We had a couple of public hearings. The board had some discussion about some various issues. I gave them an update about goals. We are working on a timeline and an action plan for goals that the board just adopted last week. And more will follow on that. I'll give them another update in July, because we just started our implementation planning process. We also talked about the board had adopted a committee manual in September, and we made some changes to it due to some state law changes. And they had sort of readopted it, revised with the changes incorporated. And that was, from what I can remember, which my memory on Thursday mornings is like nothing. I can't remember what happened 5 minutes ago. Next week, we are going to hear an announcement from the Marine Department. There's been lots of stuff in the news, as everybody knows, about the Gulf oil spill. And there is a concern that various trajectories may show at some point an eventual flow up to the northeast. And we're just having the Marine Superintendent come in and review the town's coastal oil spill response plan. It's online, and he'll just kind of go over it so that people can be reassured that we have one. And hopefully we won't have to use it. And if it does get to that level, there would be other agencies that would come in and help deal with it in any event. So next week we've got a transfer of a mobile food unit license and some other administrative things like that. We are doing committee appointments next week. These are the annual appointments, and the board, we don't have, sadly, that many applicants for a lot of these positions. So if you are interested in being on, I don't have the list in front of me, but there's Finance Committee, Capital Program Committee, Town Government Study Committee. That's a committee that convenes every 5 years to review the town's government structure and make recommendations on potential changes. I'm trying to think, there's Council for Human Services, you name it, there's could be a seat open. There may be incumbents applying as well, but we do need more applicants. So the board's going to make whatever appointments they feel have a sufficient pool of applicants next week. Otherwise, we may keep this process open and kind of roll it throughout the summer as we get, hopefully, more applicants. We have a ton of public hearings next week. We've got some telephone pole relocations. Believe it or not, that requires a public hearing. New entertainment license for Millie's out in Matticat. Interior entertainment, not exterior.
The Old West Ender?
The Old West Ender. Some people have expressed concern about exterior entertainment, but this is on the inside only. Fee increases for Park and Rec at their various locations. One I think actually went down a bit, but they have some fairly moderate increases as well. The Park and Rec's already approved them, and this is the Board of Selectmen giving final approval, or
what are they going to raise?
Like, for example, I'm trying to think, there might be a fee for the use of Tom Nevers Field that goes from $1,000 to $1,500, something like that. And that, I'm not sure if that's the nonprofit rate or not. They have nonprofit rates.
You have to pay to go play on that field?
It depends on if you're an organized group, like a softball league. Would have to pay.
But
if you just want to go out there with your kid and hit a ball around, no, definitely not. Oh, here's something. Oh, boy. This is going to be, I don't even know what the word is going to be. The board is going to have a discussion about a traffic safety work group recommendation to remove, hold on to yourself, the stop sign on Old South Road at Lovers Lane. Okay.
For people who don't know.
For people who don't know, this has been controversial since day one. And there are a lot of very vocal people who detest that stop sign. And there are also vocal people who appreciate the stop sign. The stop sign was meant to slow traffic flow. There are any number of theories about stop signs, but there is a uniform traffic control manual that's used nationwide for guidelines for municipalities, cities to install traffic mechanisms, signs, lines, might even include drainage and things like this. In any event, the traffic code really rather specifically indicates that a stop sign should never be used to slow down traffic. There are other so-called traffic calming measures that you can use to slow down traffic, and a stop sign isn't considered one of them by the professionals.
What would they use there? Do you have any idea?
Not really. I mean, you could range from rumble strips at various locations in the road. There is signage now about the speed limit. There would be, I mean, that is a crossing area, but so the crosswalk.
There. It's at the top of a hill, and you would pick up speed there.
Well, there's people going down and people coming back in, and what I think has tended to happen with that stop sign, it slows down traffic because you have to stop there, and then speeds right back up again. I'm not sure it's had the intended effect. So really, I think what this comes down to, either you love this thing or you hate it. There's not much of an in-between. Anyway, what the board will be, really what the discussion will be, is whether or not to have a public hearing to talk about removing it. They don't really, next week is not the time to get into should it stay or should it go. That will be for the public hearing. So if you are watching this and you think, oh my God, I better go because I want that thing gone or I want that thing to stay, don't show up next week. Show up at the public hearing, which will be advertised and it will be on the town website. The board will also hear an update from its Article 68 work group, which is working on fertilizers. And that is about it. We go to our summer schedule on July 7th. We have no selectmen's meeting on June 30th. And that's kind of basically it. I should congratulate my brother Jamie and his wife Erin for the birth of their little new baby boy, Sam Ranney, 7 pounds, 10 ounces. He was born on Tuesday, I think. Maybe it was Monday. Monday. What am I saying? Monday. And also, if you see Mr. Kopko, Selectman Kopko, next Monday, June 14th, say happy birthday to him. His birthday.
He's turning 60, isn't he?
He's turning 65, Gino. No, don't let him say I did not say that. Gino said that. I think he's 45, something like that. Okay, so thanks very much. I'll see you next time.
Wait a minute. You were going to say something about...
Oh, I have my silly bands on today.
Some
look
people
at
out there in the world know what's going on.
Okay, a silly band, if you do not have kids, you might not know what a silly band is. If you have kids, you know what these things are. You trade them. They come in all different shapes. I'll try to show you a little shape here. And I've made a number of trades. The multicolors are coveted, as well as glow-in-the-darks. Very coveted. This, you can kind of see a little bit. It's a fire hydrant.
Okay.
I gave the fire chief a fire truck yesterday. And they may be using some of these silly bands for fire prevention education and stuff.
He's wearing his now.
He better be wearing it. But you know what? They're really good trades, and the kids love them. Here's a, what's this one? Oh, this is a turtle.
Nice.
There's all kind. It's really, it's quite a fad, really, but it's fun. So you got to get some, Gino. I don't see any.
I know. I got to get some.
I know your son has probably like only 1,000 or so.
He's totally into them.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks so much. See you next time.